Hello, I'm Jennifer Forkish, Public Information Director for the Los Angeles Police Department. This critical incident community briefing is intended to provide you with information about an officer-involved shooting that occurred in the Foothill Division in the city of Los Angeles. You're about to see relevant video footage and learn about other evidence and police procedures related to the case, so you can have a better understanding of what occurred based on what we know right now. The LAPD conducts very thorough use of force investigations, which typically require investigators to interview multiple witnesses, view numerous hours of video footage, and analyze a significant amount of forensic evidence. We are still at the very early stages of this investigation, which can often take up to a year to complete. And our understanding of the incident may change as this additional evidence is collected, analyzed, and reviewed. We also do not draw any conclusions about whether the officers acted consistent with our policies and the law until all the facts are known and the investigation is complete. A word of caution: the images and information you are about to see may be disturbing. When a police officer uses force to arrest a suspect or defend against an attack, it can be graphic and difficult to watch. In addition, there may be strong language used by those shown in the video. Viewer discretion is advised, especially for young children and sensitive viewers.
Hello, I am Captain Alex Jogyoji, Commanding Officer of Media Relations Division of the Los Angeles Police Department. I am going to provide you a brief overview of an officer-involved shooting that occurred on February 7th, 2025 at around 10:30 a.m. Foothill Patrol Division officers responded to a radio call for a possible kidnap suspect at a motel in the 10,300 block of San Fernando Road. The caller reported that she was being forced to stay at the location against her will. Here is the 911 call and corresponding radio broadcast.
Por favor. Sí, por favor.
Sí, señora, ¿dónde está? ¿Cuál es su emergencia?
Señorita, estoy aquí cerca de policía. Es en un motel. Lo que pasa es que este señor que está aquí al lado mío, no le tiene confianza al señor.
¿Cuál es el domicilio?
Ya.
¿Cuál es el domicilio?
10 San Fernando.
10.
Ajá. 10 San Fernando. No.
Dígamelo número por número, un número a la vez.
10.
No, 10.
10 San Fernando Road.
Ok, ¿y qué es usted está viviendo con estas personas allí?
Sí, lo que pasa es que el señor y el otro, pues ya vamos a recoger un dinero, pues él me dijo que hasta que yo lo cansara, pues entonces que me dé mi dinero y yo me voy, porque yo tengo otra penitencia con la policía. Yo no me estoy oyendo y usted me puede incluso ayudar para guiarme, porque tengo que irme a la policía.
¿Cómo se llama?
Vale.
¿Y tú estás en qué cuarto dice que estás tú? ¿En el 1, 2? Okay. Y cuando dices que te están cobrando ¿por qué? ¿Porque él trae hombres al cuarto?
Sí, yo traigo a una, si usted llega también me la lleva a cobrar. Yo tengo anotado aquí en mi lista de cuadernos, señorita, se lo juro. No tengo por qué mentirle, señor Jesucristo.
Linda, ¿te están forzando a hacer esto? Linda, ¿te están forzando a hacer esto?
Sí, es obligatorio, si no me botan de aquí. Y yo tengo que dormir.
Y yo te voy a agarrar ayuda, señora, ¿ok? No cuelgues, por favor.
Anybody in a possible kidnap suspect, 103 San Fernando Road at the There's no suspect descriptions. Code to incident 1454-1643.
That caller was identified as Linda Moran. Upon arrival, the officers and the supervisor entered the motel room and met with Moran. During their investigation, Moran became agitated, armed herself with a knife, and held it up against her neck. The officers and supervisor exited the room and repositioned themselves at the threshold of the doorway. The officers began to give Moran repeated verbal commands to drop the knife. However, she did not comply. Moments later, Moran advanced toward the officers while still holding the knife, resulting in an officer-involved shooting. A portion of this incident was captured on the responding officer's body-worn video. Body-worn video cameras are used by most officers assigned to field duties. They are worn at chest level and capture general perspective within the line of sight from that angle. The angle of the camera prohibits viewers from seeing everything the officer saw and experienced. Upon activation, both audio and video will turn on. However, body-worn video cameras have a buffer of video without audio from the previous 2 minutes prior to activation. This feature is designed to capture incidents that occur suddenly, where an officer doesn't immediately activate the camera. Here is body-worn video from the officers involved in this incident.
She doesn't remember how she ended up over there.
Hey.
You check her head?
Hey. That just, and she said she is danger to self.
Huh?
Danger to self. Hey, sit down.
Siéntate.
Siéntate.
Dijiste que te golpearon la cabeza, ¿verdad?
Hey, sit.
¿Dónde te pegaron?
Pero no me pongo nada fuerte en la cabeza.
¿Dónde te pegaron?
Revísenmela, pero no me pongo nada.
No, nomás te vas a revisar. ¿Dónde te pegaron?
Revísenmela, pues.
Where?
¿Dónde te pegaron?
Revísenmela. Pero no me pongo nada fuerte,
I'm only
¿ok?
listening
Yo
to-
tengo derecho a ver que no me pongan nada, ¿ok? Hacen las manos ustedes. Todos.
Nomás te estamos revisando.
Sí,
es todo.
pero tienen derecho a alzar las manos. Que no me pongan máquinas ni nada, ¿ok?
Nomás te queremos revisar si estás golpeada.
Am I allowed to touch? She's gonna freak
Tengo
out.
muchas canas.
Can I touch your head?
¿Dónde te golpearon?
Revísenla, pues, para eso son investigadores ustedes.
Un momento, okay?
¿Dónde te
Ok.
golpearon?
Bien, bien. Point where you got hit. Tell him.
Apunta dónde te golpearon.
Revisen, pues.
Dijiste que te golpearon con una botella. ¿Dónde?
Hey.
Con muchos golpes me dieron en la cabeza.
¿Dónde? ¿Qué parte de la cabeza?
En toda la cabeza, señor.
En
O sea, mire, me siento y boto la sangre, entonces.
Can I feel your head?
Ok, baja la cabeza.
I don't see any redness.
Good. Bumps.
It's a mole. Look up. Look up. Hey.
Levanta la cabeza.
Are those just her eyebrows, or is that?
Look at the side of the head. Push the area she pointed to the side of the head.
I mean, I don't see any like redness or cuts, bro. If you get hit in the head with a bottle, you're gonna have some type of mark. I mean, the head naturally is rigid. You know what I mean?
She has her.
So she told the EBO that she's thinking about killing herself.
Mostly she
Say anything to
got
him?
Did she tell you that she wants to kill herself?
dijiste que te quieres morir.
Heck, I'm old, bro.
¿Y quiere ver lo que me golpea, Caro? ¿Qué?
Yeah, she wants to.
¿Quiere que me estudie para que vea lo que me golpeó?
She wants to die or do it herself.
¿Cómo te quieres morir? Dijiste, ¿cómo te quieres morir?
Pues ya de tantos países que vine,
¿Cómo te quieres morir?
necesito pagar lo que debo, que eso no me da mi dinero.
Dijiste que te quieres morir. ¿Cómo te quieres morir?
Yo lo sabré cómo.
¿Cómo lo quieres hacer?
No sienten mis guantes en mi mesa, por favor. Porque aquí me cobran.
Te estoy preguntando algo. Dijiste que te quieres morir. ¿Cómo lo quieres hacer?
A suicidarme.
¿Cómo?
Yo no sabré cómo.
¿Cómo?
No sienten sus guantes, por favor, hay nada.
¿Cómo te quieres? They want the money for the other room. Right? That's business
¿Por qué
dispute.
no me revisan
We
todo
already
el golpe
explained
que
to
tengo
her,
acá en
right,
la
the
espalda?
procedure.
Un momento, ¿ok? Un momento.
Already
Sí,
explained to
pero
her
no me
the
topes,
procedure.
no me topes,
Hey.
¿ok?
Cálmate.
No me topes,
Hey, cálmate.
golpéame.
I'm the supervisor here. Relax.
Ya, yo me lejo, ¿ok?
Siéntate.
Bye.
Okay.
No me topes, si no me van a ayudar,
So
no me
she's
topes.
claiming
Okay.
business dispute type of thing. Right?
Business dispute for the room.
For the room.
Okay.
Yeah. And then supposedly they own her some money
No me
from
pueden
pyramid
ayudar,
scheme,
no me topes.
savings type of deal.
Tell her to sit down and relax over here.
Then she's claiming that when we showed up, she's like, oh, I'm bleeding from my anus.
Señora. Señora. Cálmate.
Ojalá tus hijos les también faltan más ustedes. No.
Back and forth.
Señora.
Déjenme.
Cálmate. What the heck is she saying, dude?
Váyanse ustedes.
We'll put her in cuffs.
Señora, cálmate. Okay, por favor.
No, ya no quiero ayuda, no quiero nada.
Just tell her to calm down.
No.
Just relax.
No, váyanse.
Ven, come here. Vente.
If she's,
No, si me ofrecieron ayuda, no quiero, gracias. Haz de ayudar a tu hijo, que lo necesita
What's she saying?
atención. No quiero. Ok, gracias. No quiero.
Back up a little
Dar a
bit.
tu hijo más que yo, ok.
Just back up over here.
Dale mi sacrificio a tu hijo, ok. No quiero.
Jacob,
No quiero.
just stay right there, and leave her alone. Don't talk to her.
Ojalá que Dios bendiga.
Yeah.
Y mira,
telling us to get out of here.
Día que no vas a vivir en paz. No vas a
She's
vivir
telling
en
us
paz.
to get out of here.
Si quieres echarme gas,
So,
échame.
just tell me the rest of
Échame. Yo me muero, pero tú vives
according
en
to
paz,
her,
¿ok?
She was outside.
Yo me muero
So
y me
listen
voy a
to us for
morir.
her. Hey.
Relax. Okay, hold on. You got DCO, you got less, okay?
Okay,
I'm gonna need you to be contact.
Sí,
You
porque hay
just contact.
Ve, hay cámaras, mira, ve.
Necesito.
Hay
Ahorita
cámaras.
te ayudamos.
Hay cámaras detrás de ti, mira, ve.
Sí, ok,
Hay
excelente.
cámaras.
What is she saying?
Hay cámaras.
No.
No vale la pena.
Just back up a little bit. We're gonna leave her space in the. David, back up. Just slowly. Just kind of hold right there. If we can, let's have.
No. Tranquila.
You have less
Te
lethal.
vamos a ayudar.
Because you're gonna be lethal, right? I'm gonna need you to hold on to the door. Just shut it.
Te
in
vamos
case
a
she comes
ayudar.
forward, okay?
Te vamos a ayudar. Pero no te vamos a ayudar así.
Enséñame si tú quieres, no. A mí no me importa
Ok.
nada.
¿Quieres tu dinero?
No quiero nada.
Te vamos a dar con el dinero.
Se los pagan ustedes para que lo hagan a sus hijos.
Ok.
Yo vengo a tantos países, vengo desde Ecuador, por aquí no quiero nada.
No.
Háganlo ustedes,
Bota el
gracias,
cuchillo.
gracias.
Ok, bota el cuchillo.
No quiero nada.
Bota el cuchillo.
No.
Bota el cuchillo.
Hey.
No. Quédate ahí.
Relax. You gonna lay us? Yes.
No te muevas. Ok, bota el cuchillo.
No quiero nada.
Bota el cuchillo.
No.
Bota el cuchillo.
Don't tell
No. Quédate ahí.
Relax.
Yes.
Moran was struck by gunfire, dropped the knife, and fell on the bed. She was subsequently taken into custody without further incident. Here is additional body-worn video from one of the officers involved in the incident.
You two are gonna be hands, okay?
What do you want?
You're gonna be DCO. You're gonna
Hands?
your hands, okay? We're gonna roll her over, okay? So your point, go ahead. Slow and steady. Okay. Let's meet them. Let's meet them. Let's meet them. Okay. Roll her over. Where'd you get her?
I got it. Just her.
The officers immediately requested a rescue ambulance and rendered aid until paramedics arrived. Los Angeles Fire Department paramedics responded and transported Moran to a local hospital to be treated for the gunshot wound she sustained as a result of the officer-involved shooting. While there, medical staff determined that her injury would require admittance to the hospital. Investigators recovered a kitchen knife with an approximate 6.5-inch blade at scene and booked it as evidence. Moran was absentee booked for assault with a deadly weapon upon a peace officer. On February 27, 2025, Moran was pronounced deceased stemming from her injuries. Investigators later learned that Moran was in fact the person who initially placed the 911 call for the possible kidnap suspect. Linda Moran was a 30-year-old resident of Los Angeles.
In the next several months, the LAPD will continue to investigate and analyze this incident. We will continue interviewing any new witnesses that may come forward and complete any forensic tests. After the investigation is complete, our Critical Incident Review Division will forward their findings to the Chief of Police, who will make his recommendation to the Civilian Board of Police Commissioners. The board will evaluate the evidence to determine whether the officer's tactics, drawing and exhibiting a weapon, and use of deadly force in this instance met the high standards expected of all LAPD officers. If you would like more information on how the LAPD investigates all serious uses of force, visit lapdonline.org, where you can find the LAPD's use of force policy and procedures. Thank you for taking the time to view this critical incident community briefing.